Good afternoon. Welcome to the last edition of the News on the World Today for the week. It is a Southwest Network program of Radio Nigeria, Ibadan zonal station comprising news, feature, sports and entertainment. In the lineup, NEL Fund resumes payment of students' upkeep allowances. Police boss pledges to address farmer header crisis in Benue. Coming from the foreign scenes, Indians demand resignation of Education Minister. French orders evacuation of residents over wildfire. Heart of the matter today is on the memorable moments and enduring lessons of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. We also have entertainment just for you. My name is Feyi Shara Owomoyela. Not alone, reading with me is
Tobiloba Delano. You can also listen to us on live streams via www.radionigeriaibadan.gov.ng or watch us live on Facebook at Premier FM 93.5. Ensure you keep warm during the cold season. Now the news in details. The Nigerian Education Loan Fund, NEL Fund, has commenced the payment of June and July upkeep allowances to student beneficiaries across the country. The development was confirmed by the National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, while several beneficiaries also shared screenshots on X showing successful payments alerts. In a statement released by NANS National President Mr. Akintaye Babatunde, he announced that the disbursement had begun, assuring students that all outstanding backlogs would be cleared. Mr. Akintaye urged beneficiaries who were yet to receive their allowances not to panic, explaining that the payments were being made in batches.
The National Directorate of Employment, NDE, has commenced the online registration of 26,961 unskilled and unemployed persons across Nigeria in vocational, agricultural, digital, and entrepreneurial skills training with activities in public work sector. The online registration, which commenced yesterday, will end on the 30th of this month. To participate, applicants between the ages of 18 and 50 years are to log on to www.nderegistrationportal.ng. The address again, www.nderegistrationportal.ng, and register with a valid national identity number NIN and a recent passport photograph, or visit NDE or your state office at the Federal Secretariat, Ikolaba, Ibadan.
The National Population Commission, NPC, has launched the Electronic Civil Registration and Vital Statistics ECRVS Digital Birth and Death Registration System. The Federal Commissioner, National Population Commission, or your state, Dr. Eyitayo Yetunji, announced this at a news briefing held at the Commission's State Office to commemorate this year's World Population Day and officially roll out the digital platform. Dr. Yetunji described the ECRVS system as a major milestone, one that would ensure every birth and death in Nigeria were registered accurately, securely, and efficiently. Dr. Yetunji explained that the platform offered two registration options: self-registration, which enables individuals to register births and deaths online, and assisted registration, through which NPC officials provide support in rural communities, markets, and other areas to ensure that no one was left behind. Earlier, in her welcome address, the State Director of the National Population Commission, NPC, or your state, Mrs. Olabisi Adegbite, noted that this year's World Population Day theme, realizing the hopes and aspirations of young people today and for the future, highlighted the need for greater investment in education, healthcare, and employment. In their goodwill messages, representatives of the Federation of Muslim Women's Associations in Nigeria, Form 1, the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, government ministries, and the Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, ALGON, pledged their support towards the initiative.
Oyo State Governor and Allied People's Movement APM presidential candidate, Engineer Seyi Makinde, says he remains in the race for Nigeria's presidency, dismissing speculations that he has withdrawn from the race in favor of another candidate. Governor Makinde disclosed this in a newsletter to address the residents of Oyo State. Reaffirming his presidential ambition, the governor said he is determined to continue his campaign despite political pressures and speculations. He urged citizens to remain vigilant and report suspicious activities to security agencies or through the state's toll-free emergency number 615. Speaking on the recent judgment of the Federal High Court in Ibadan involving the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC), Governor Makinde said the state government approached the court to seek judicial clarification after the commission requested records of all government contracts and contractor payments from 2021 without identifying any specific transaction or allegation under investigation. The governor maintained that the judgment was not a victory against the EFCC, but a victory for the rule of law and due process.
Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke has directed the immediate suspension of all activities of the National Union of Road Transport Workers (NURTW) in motor parks across the state. A statement signed by the Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment, Mr. Kolakbo Alimi, indicates that the order is as a result of the decision taken at a meeting of the Osun State Security Council, chaired by the governor. According to the statement, the step becomes necessary to restore order and sanity to motor parks and strengthen public security. Governor Adeleke also ordered that collection of all levies should be suspended in the parks and directed security agencies to arrest anyone parading himself as an official or executive of the union in any motor park. The statement adds that the heads of the various security agencies present at the meeting assured the governor of their commitment to enforce the directives.
Still in Osun State, the government has approved the conversion of casual workers at the Osun State College of Education Ila-Orogun to permanent staff. Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke announced this in Ila-Orogun while speaking at the commissioning of a 3.5-kilometer dual carriageway, the first ever dualized road in the history of Ila-Orogun. Speaking at the event, Governor Adeleke congratulated the college staff and urged them to see their conversion as a call for more dedication to duty. He commended the people of Ila-Orogun for their unwavering support for his administration and assured them that work on the second phase of the road project would commence as soon as possible. The governor named the newly dualized road Oba Oyedotun Way in honor of the Orogun of Ila. In his remarks, the Orogun of Ila, Oba Abdulwahab Oyedotun Bibire I, expressed appreciation to Governor Adeleke for delivering the historic road project.
The Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC) has arrested 10 secondary school leavers in Adamawa State over their alleged involvement in the band final year celebration, popularly known as a sign out. The arrest was disclosed in a statement by the command's public relations officer, Mr. Nyako Baba. Mr. Baba said operatives of the NSCDC Safe School Response Squad acted on credible intelligence, linking students from 3 schools to activities that allegedly constituted public nuisance and threatened public order. He said the suspects were involved in painting their bodies, tearing school uniforms, fighting on the streets, and engaging in other acts capable of causing unrest. The command noted that the celebration had become a source of concern for parents, school authorities, and the public, making the Adamawa State Ministry of Education to ban the practice last year.
The Inspector General Police, Mr. Olatunji Disu, is pledged to intensify security operations in Benue State as part of renewed efforts to address the lingering farmer header crisis and other security challenges confronting the state. The pledge came during the IGP's official working visit to the state, where he met with Governor Hyacinth Alia before holding a strategic security engagement with traditional rulers, religious leaders, youths and women representatives, as well as members of various farmers' associations in Makurdi. The development was disclosed in a statement by the Force Public Relations Officer, Mr. Anichie Inedu. Speaking at the meeting, the IGP expressed concern over the proliferation of sophisticated firearms, describing it as a major factor fueling recurring violence in communities across the state. He commended Governor Alia and community leaders for their support towards security, stressing that cooperation from residents remains critical to restoring lasting peace. He also promised robust, intelligence-driven policing backed by absolute confidentiality for all informants, while calling for stronger collaboration between conventional security agencies and local security outfits.
The Nigerian Police Force, Oyo State Command, says it has dismantled a syndicate involved in the diversion of goods in transit, arrested 2 suspects and recovered goods worth 32 million naira. A statement by the Command Public Relations Officer, Mr. Olayinka Ayonlade, explains that operatives of the Police Command Monitoring Unit, acting on credible intelligence, raided the syndicate's hideout in Irekpo area of Oyo town, leading to the arrest of Olawale Karim and Monday Ogumbiyi. Mr. Ayonlade explained that the operation also led to the recovery of an Iveco truck loaded with 570 bags of Guinea corn allegedly diverted while being transported from Kaduna State. He said the suspects reportedly confessed to their roles, while efforts are ongoing to arrest other members of the syndicate and recover their diverted goods.
The popular Ololu Masquerade Festival celebration in Ibadan, Oyo State, will begin on Monday, 27th July 2026, with a visit to the Olubadan of Ibadan land, Oba Rashidi Ladoja, at his palace, Okearemu, Ibadan, where he will offer prayers for Olubadan, his council members, indigenes, residents, and Ibadan land as a whole. The Ololu will later visit the Otunbalogun Oba Edi Oyewale's residence at Foko area in Ibadan the same day. This is contained in a statement issued by the Chief Press Secretary to Olubadan of Ibadan land, Chief Olugbemiga Ayode, in Ibadan on Tuesday, 28 July 2026, according to Mogaji Ileaje Odeaje Ololu Compound, Ibadan. Chief Kazim Omotosho Ololu will visit Governor of the State, Engineer Seyi Makinde, at the government's house, Agodi, Ibadan. He will later visit Aliwo Yemetu, Oje Market, Isale Afa, Okearemo, Popo Yemoja, Bode Market, Molete, Isale Ijebu, Elekuro, Kupomoje, and then to Orominyo. On Wednesday, 29th July, Ololu will visit Ojagbo, Alafara, Olubadon, Itabale, Ogboriefon, Labo, and Kupomoje. And Thursday, 30th July, which is the last day for the Ololu Masquerade Festival celebration for the year, the masquerade will visit Ile Akperi, Agugu, Iyano Idiroko, Awotunde Jegede, Itameri, Gongonsi, and Babanla. While congratulating the masquerade, indigenes and residents of Ibadan land for God's mercy to witness the 2026 Ololu Masquerade Festival, Olubadan joined them to allow absolute peace to reign during the celebration. He warned women not to see Ololu as it is a taboo, according to the tradition of Ibadan land, to do so, adding that the photograph and video of the masquerade should not be taken.
This is the world today, the stories that made the headlines. Now Fund has resumed payment of students' upkeep allowances. Police boss has pledged to address a farmer header crisis in Benue. Still to come, Indians demand resignation of Education Minister. French others evacuation of residents over wildfire. The World Today continues shortly.
Glad to know you're still with us on the news on the world today, the last edition for the week. And now to the rest of the package, we move to the foreign scenes. Thousands of people in India have continued to protest day and night, demanding the education minister's resignation. Report says the protest was sparked by examination paper leaks. According to a report, activist Sonam Wangchuk ended his hunger strike after 26 days of fasting in solidarity with the protests. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has promised a tough new law on the examination paper leaks.
The United States has imposed new tariffs on 60 trading partners in the latest escalation in the trade war reignited by United States President Donald Trump. According to reports, the tariff ranged from 10% to 12.5%. The U.S. Supreme Court had ruled earlier this year that many of the tariffs imposed globally under emergency powers were illegally enacted. Meanwhile, a U.S. Trade Representative, Jamieson Creer, said the action will begin to correct what is both a human rights abuse and distortive trade practice to improve the welfare of workers everywhere.
Oil prices have hit $100 per barrel for the first time since May this year as the escalating conflict in the Middle East reignited fears over global energy supplies. The global benchmark for Brent crude rose more than 6% following several days of increases as the U.S. stepped up military strikes against Iran. Report says prices